Are we rolling? 3, 2, 1. I think we're rolling. Happy New Year's Eve. It is currently December 31st, 2024, and I just want to wish you a very happy new year. New Year's resolutions are not the move, and I'll tell you why. Time and time again, January 1st comes by, everybody says they're gonna do this one thing throughout the next year, and it's gonna just absolutely change their life. And by mid-January, everybody knows this story, by mid-January, that person seemingly has given up on that goal or that resolution or that challenge or what have you. Why is that? Why is it so easy for people to give up? I'm guilty. There's pretty much not been one New Year's resolution that I've successfully been able to achieve until last year. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I did to stay accountable and stay consistent, because everybody's gonna make a New Year's resolution, and I wanna plant this seed so that we can all have a successful year next year. Try to live a life where we're consistent with our goals. So I realized as I'm editing the video that you're watching, I didn't really do a recap of my 2024, and I just wanna do that for documentation purposes. This year has been incredible. It's been, there's been ups, there's been downs. I proposed to my fiance, I got a new job, I started taking this YouTube thing a little bit more seriously. I got a running blade for my prosthetic leg. I got to travel a few times out of the year. I got to see a space launch. Just a lot of really cool stuff has happened this year. You know, on the internet, it's really easy to portray that one's life is always positively good. And that's certainly not the case. There's definitely been downs. There's definitely been a lot of learning, a lot of growth. Personally, I've just learned a lot about what I can do to be just a better person, a better friend, a better fiance. Lots of learnings from this year, hoping to take all these into the next year and just do better, just be better. So that's been my year. All right, so let's get back into the video that you clicked on. First things first, forget the New Year's resolution. Number one, let's just focus on today. Let's set a today resolution. So when we set New Year's resolutions, at least for me, it can be very daunting to set a goal and to feel the pressure that you need to be consistent with it for 365 days, right? It's such a big commitment, and you make this in front of, typically, you know, if you're at a New Year's event or with group people, you're making this publicly, right? And so it's that you have that added pressure, and you think that that's going to keep you accountable. But what I think it's doing, and what it has done to me in the past, is it sets up this pressure on January 1st. When you're looking at an entire year in front of you, it might feel really far, or it might feel very quick. For me, when I set a goal for something for the entire year, that feels like I'm making this goal and putting on this pedestal, so to say, and it's telling myself, if I don't do this, my year was not good. And that's not the case. That's not what we want to communicate to ourselves. We don't want to communicate that up here. We don't want to communicate that to here, because there's going to be hurdles that we can't foresee. I'd also like to think that there are two versions of you. The one that's happening now, today, and tomorrow. Think of the tomorrow version of you as a friend. You have the opportunity to set your friend up for success by continuing the things that you need to do and setting your friend up for success. Wouldn't you do that? You would do that. So why wouldn't you do that for yourself? Think about what you can do today to set your future self tomorrow. So it's minimizing the pressure that comes with setting a year goal down to just today and tomorrow, today and tomorrow. How can I help me today? How can I help me tomorrow? That's it. And then by the time you know it, it's gonna be 2025, December 31st, and you're gonna be here again, doing the same thing, setting new challenges for yourself. So, and number two, setting attainable goals. A lot of us during this time feel very aspirational, inspirational, motivational. We feel like we're on top of the earth. We can do it. Anything we set, we can achieve. And it's a good mindset, but it's a hard one to maintain, because in life, as you know, as I know, there are going to be hurdles that come at you when you don't expect them. For example, I got sick on Christmas and I'm recovering right now. Definitely not something I expected, definitely not how I would have planned for my break to go, but here we are. We're here, and there's nothing I can do about it except, get better and move forward. If you're mentally up here, but you're setting your goals up here, you have to think about, throughout the year, there's going to be points where it's not going to be up here. There's going to be hurdles. Here's how I would set a goal. Think of a goal that you want to achieve. So let's say, this is just for example. So let's say you've never went to the gym and you set a goal. Okay, I want to bench 100 pounds. What I would do to account for the potential hurdles that are going to happen, to account for the potential laziness that might happen, to account for the potential just other factors of life that are going to be thrown at you, I would try to aim for 75 to 80% of that goal. So I would say, okay, I want to be at 100, but I would be okay if I reach 75, 80. And likely, if you've never been to the gym and you're working your way up to 75, 80, chances are by the time you make it to this point, you could probably make it to the 100. And listen, this is going to vary from goal to goal. So I'm not saying that you need to do 75 to 80% of every goal, but you got to think realistic. Here's why. We want to build momentum in your confidence. Confidence is really key, I think, in improving and continuing on improving, because when you feel confidence about something, you want to try it again. You want to do better. When you feel affirmation that you're doing good on something, you want to continue it, right? Because you're good and you're good. So we don't want to make a goal so impossibly hard that we actually, at the end of the day, don't feel even good to try it. And we lose that confidence, and then we're just like, you know what, forget it. It's already mid-January. Let's just give up, right? Make your goals just slightly above attainable. So if this is attainable, just set the goal right here. That's how I set my goals, and I feel a lot better. And when you reach that goal, try to go a little further, right? There's a balance to all of this, and I think when you're able to achieve that, it's gonna help build that momentum. You're gonna gain confidence. You're gonna want to do it again. You're gonna improve, and you might even surpass your goal. And that's the point of it all, is to improve, to achieve, and to do better. All right, number 3. You know yourself the best, which means you know your weaknesses the best. When I am talking to you right now in the camera, I want you to think about, what are my weaknesses? All right, I'm thinking about it right now. And I know right? I know okay, maybe you're a little bit inconsistent, or maybe you like to tell people about your goals, but then you don't really achieve them. Whatever it is, think about that, okay? And then think about, as I set my New Year's resolution, as I set my goals, as I set my today's resolution, what are my hurdles and how am I going to navigate those? Because it's going to happen. You have to prepare for that. To think that you're going to have a year of flawless and no issues, I mean, that would be, let's just say, not the very smartest thing to do. So what can you do today to prepare for yourself? So for instance, I set a goal back in July to walk 8,000 steps every single day until the end of the year. I was mostly successful at it. I only missed 4 days. One of those was being the day I proposed to my fiance. Shout out to her. And the other days were because I was sick. So anyways, no excuses though. I wasn't able to do it 100% every single day. But what I did to make sure that I could reach it on the other days that were really hard was, I said, okay, I know that today I'm not going to get a lot of steps in because there's not a lot of movement or not a lot happening in that day. I'm going to try to get my steps in early in the day. It's thinking about stuff like that so that you know what to do. Because sometimes when we're faced with a hurdle, we say, oh shoot, I didn't expect this. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. We don't want to end up in that scenario. When we end up in that scenario, we want to say, all right, I remember my plan, the plan. I'm gonna do this. And then boom, you're still able to achieve your goal. And that's how I've navigated those situations. Now, I know I'm referencing a lot of things about, working out, but maybe your goal is something else. And so try to find where some of these like ideologies fit, and implement it where you can. All right, thank you so much for watching today's video. Happy New Year. I can't believe that it's already 2025. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I can't believe just the support we've been getting. Really appreciate what you've been trying to help me do. And so please let me know what your today's resolution is, what you're going to do today to set yourself up for tomorrow in the comments. And let's keep each other accountable. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'm gonna comment right back at you in 2 weeks, mid-January, and see where you're up to and see if you're still staying consistent. And if you're not, why? So comment if you want accountability. Maybe we can all help each other out and be each other's accountability. I'd like that. So one of my New Year resolution, okay, I know this is gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try to do 1 video a week. With my work and stuff, I know it's gonna be difficult, but we're gonna find a way. So that's my goal. So if I'm not being consistent, you can feel free to comment down below. Aside from that, I hope you, your family, your friends, your loved ones have a wonderful 2025. 2024 has certainly been an interesting year, and so I hope we can all reflect. I hope we can all surround ourselves with loved ones and step into 2025 with refreshed lens, and walk into it with confidence in ourselves and achieve great things. If you like the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.